So
Alvin Ng in the house, yo.
it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Alvin again on my channel. And that's followed by the popularity of your first video, right, Alvin? The 5Gs of Happiness. If you haven't already seen it, please do. It's on my channel, 5Gs of Happiness with Alvin. Alvin, did you want to reintroduce yourself for those of you who've not seen that video?
Right. Thanks, Shania. And it's nice to be here live in person in the UK in Shania's living room. Came all the way from Malaysia. Anyway, my name is Alvin Ng. I am a clinical psychologist by training, more of a cynical psychologist by practice because it's more fun that way. And I am passionate about speaking to people about mental well-being, and particularly on what we can do to enhance our well-being rather than typically stress management and recovering from mental illness, because that's a whole side of mental health that sometimes we forget to talk about.
That is so true. And earlier, Alvin, you and I were talking about the collective responsibility for mental well-being as a community, as a society, because you were telling me about the fives of mental health. I'll let you talk about that.
Right, yeah, the five of mental health. I like to use my hand sometimes because, and five is good because I only have five fingers and most of us do, right? Some have six. Anyway, so we know from the World Health Organization that 1 in 5 people at any one time will be living with a mental health condition. And we tend to only focus on this 1 in 5 because they are the ones who are the ones who are in the statistics.
In distress,
but we
yes.
forget that this 1 in 5 live with this 2 in 5, work with this 3 in 5, neighbors with this 4 in 5, and all of them are affected by how this person is. So who needs help? Everyone basically. And who did it go to? Usually this one mental health professional, counselor, psychiatrist, psychologist, and all of these people are affected. And when it comes to addressing mental well-being of anyone, if someone's affected, all of us are in a way in it together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is not just about this person seeking help. All of us, I would say, are responsible or mutually responsible for everyone's mental well-being. Think about it. If your neighbor's not well, you are not well.
That is so true, right? Because the impact on society as a whole when we don't look after our mental well-being can be massive. Because if we think about it, the burden of loneliness, sense of abandonment, rejection, heartbreaks, loss, grief, old age, again, guilt. A lot of people feel they are a burden on others. I think it is so enormous that these are things that as a society we can do something about. And Alvin, you very eloquently talk about another 5 concepts that can enhance this sense of collective happiness as a society. So I'm going to hand over to you to talk about the 5 again.
Yes, another 5. Thanks, Shania. So, in order to, I guess, address the factors that usually contribute to sense of loneliness, rejection, and feeling like a burden. And the thing is, if we know that these are the factors, is there anything that we can do? And for me, the logical thing to do is to provide and offer people the opposite of the sense of loneliness. And if we can focus on friendliness instead, all of us can be friendly, kind, focus on kindness, generosity, being able to accept people as they are and help them feel accepted, or even better, celebrate them. Because very often, sometimes we feel like we are a burden to society, that we are irrelevant. Those two feelings are horrible.
They are horrible
Not nice
feelings,
to feel.
yes.
So if we can just, take the effort to tell someone that they are relevant to you, that their existence is something that is worth celebrating. I mean, this is why we celebrate birthdays, right? And why not do the same thing on a daily basis? You never know who's going through a tough time and sometimes feeling like they are probably a burden, and that can help lift a person's mood. And not just that, on in terms of ourselves, how we are also, we need to make sure our well-being is okay because we affect other people. And that's where living a moderate life, that's something that sometimes we tend to forget. I tend to forget sometimes. We both love food, right?
Well, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
why I'm.
You look okay. But, overeating is not a good thing because
No.
when I overeat, I have difficulty sleeping. And when I don't sleep well, next day I'm not too well. Yeah. So overindulgence, not too good. Let's focus on being moderate. At the same time, also, one thing that I find that's helpful, sorry, I was supposed to talk about five, right? So it's kindness, right? Generosity, moderation, and then I would say honesty.
Yeah.
How difficult is it to lie? Sometimes pretty easy, but how many lies are you able to keep up with? And there's a higher likelihood of you feeling guilty and maybe even shame. And guilt and shame are not nice things to live with.
No.
For me, honesty is the best policy. Even if you did something wrong, yeah, own up to it so that you don't need to live with that guilt. And for me,
and that ties up with people pleasing behavior as well, isn't it? I was telling
Exactly.
you one of my videos on the channel is quite popular, the
That's
people
right.
pleasing video. And I guess people can relate to it because they may not be wanting to lie, but sometimes people feel they will only get validation if they please others.
Yes.
And in the process, often they are not their authentic selves. So I guess there is almost a spectrum, right?
Yes.
Of from lying being at the completely other end of the spectrum and people pleasing behavior being at this end of the spectrum, and the things that we do to feel validated, right?
Exactly.
So authenticity, I suppose what you're saying is
Right.
one of the key factors.
Yes, authenticity, because if you try to please people and inside you're not quite happy, there's that tension
Yes.
that you'll be living with, and that's not quite nice, especially when it grows into something
Exactly.
bigger. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And the fifth one, Alvin.
The fifth one, something that may be a bit difficult to do if you drink a lot. Yes. So what I'm talking about here, the fifth one is sobriety. Stay sober as long as you can. And sober doesn't mean you don't drink alcohol. I mean, if that's a social thing you do, but don't overdo it. So that ties in with the moderation bit as well. Why sobriety? Because when you're sober, it's easier for you to reason, to think clearly, and to solve problems. Because one of the things I find that gives people a lot of distress is because they have difficulties solving problems. And when you don't feel as though you have enough resources to solve problems, your stress grows. But if you are able to think clearly, although you are stressed out, you are still able to find resources to help you with problems. And if you're not too sober, it's a bit hard to do that. So the five things, again, to enhance your well-being is kindness, generosity. Because if you're generous, people kind of like you a lot. You don't necessarily have to give money as in terms of generosity.
No.
You can give praises, you can give smiles, you can share, you can give help. These are examples of generosity that also helps you feel, and I hope people also see that you're relevant. And if that's something that you can demonstrate, it's also quite likely that others you give to may also want to give back, because we've got this thing about reciprocity. You help me, I help you. And that can actually improve a sense of community. That enhances your sense of belonging, which is very important, especially when it comes to suicide prevention. Many people who become suicidal feel as though they don't belong anywhere. So you can save lives by being generous that way. Number 3, moderation. Don't be too extreme. Number 4, being authentic and honest to yourself as well as other people. And the last one, sobriety. Yes.
And that links to the balance. And I guess we're not just talking about alcohol, are we? We're talking about balance in all aspects of life, be it drugs, be it alcohol, be it gambling, be it. But it doesn't even have to be that. What we find is excess of anything is not good. I guess, you can also talk about intoxication of love. You can talk about intoxication of work. You can talk about intoxication of Socializing, so I guess
Gaming, you're stuck, you're addicted to some
exactly.
game. That's in a way intoxication.
All of these are intoxications, right? And when the pendulum is swinging like this, being at these ends is never good. I guess the
Yeah.
pendulum always needs to be somewhere in the middle.
Unless you're mental flossing, then that's a different thing. Watch the previous video.
Yes,
Yes.
Alvin has done an
Floss.
excellent shot on mental
Yeah,
flossing.
pendulum,
You
ding,
have to
ding,
watch
dong.
it. That's really good advice, Alvin.
Thank you.
Any top tips before I say thank you and goodbye to you?
Oh, wow. I guess one tip that I can recycle is have a look at the 5G videos that we recorded in Delhi, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, and see how you can generate nice, pleasurable feelings as often as you can, because there are times and there will be times that you will feel down, which is okay as well. But why not generate good feelings
Yeah.
when you can do it?
So positivity. Thank you so much, Alvin.
Thank you,
It's
Shania.
been a pleasure to have you again on my channel. If you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to the channel. Like it, share it, tell it. Tell it to all the people you know. Thank you for watching.
Bye.